Tulane has decided to pull out of recruiting Nico Iamaleava to the Green Wave. Let's talk about what that means for Nico and what that means for college football. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on the step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If that is something that you are into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and you let me know. Do you think Nico Iamaleava is going to play college football in 2025? Because that was 100% assured last Thursday. As it is Tuesday, so much has changed. And on top of all of this, we thought perhaps there was a market, even albeit a small one, for a quarterback with the talent of Nico Iamaleava to go play that needs him right now. One of those places was Tulane, who might have lost their starting quarterback in TJ Finley to a criminal charge, right? He bought a hot truck and then tried to put license plates that did not belong to the hot truck on the hot truck. And the New Orleans PD was like, these license plates don't match up with the truck that you bought. And he said, look, I bought the truck out of state. And they was like, deal, where'd you buy the truck? Turns out my man thought he got a deal, and he didn't. With TJ Finley, also, who started his career at LSU, who had stops at Texas State, West Kentucky, and Auburn, was at Tulane, going to be their starting quarterback after they lost Darren Mensah to Duke on a 2-year, $8 million deal. And I think that is the catalyst that really has brought us all full circle because, you know, as my man Matthew McConaughey would say in True Detective, time is a flat circle. Wild, right? That we're right back at Tulane, a private university in New Orleans that people forget about. Like, people forget that LSU is in Baton Rouge. That's how much they don't know about Tulane being in New Orleans. That said, John Summerall was apparently looking at it. And I asked Pete Nakos about this on the show yesterday, and he was like, yeah, they're one of those programs you got to watch for. And by the time not 24 hours after we did that segment, he's reporting Tulane doesn't want any part of it anymore. I think the question belongs to the schools themselves that want to see how far down the price drops before they might pursue. Because he still might be out there trying to get $4 million. From who? Not for nothing, dog, but I don't think you're going to get two. Like, it has already come up that Bill Belichick and North Carolina are not pursuing the former starting quarterback at Tennessee, who, ain't played that well, but still managed to get that team to a college football playoff as quarterback, riding Dylan Sampson's coattails. We get it. But you would think perhaps that might be a good dude to go get if North Carolina. And North Carolina says, actually, we want Gio Lopez from South Alabama. No shade. But one of these dudes was highly recruited and thought to be one of the best quarterbacks in his class because of his athleticism and ability. And the guy you're going to get can spin it. Probably doesn't cause you all these problems. And that's one of the things I get back to. It's an axiom that I live by. It's an axiom that I think you should live by. There are 3 things to get you jobs. Be on time, be good at your job, have people like you. You only need 2 of the 3 to keep the job, right? Be on time and you're good at your job. It ain't got nothing to do with people liking you. But you can't have 1 of the 3. And you certainly can overdo it in one area or another. But if you're going to overdo it in the area where people like you. If people like being around you, they got to breathe the same air as you. There's a lot they're willing to let slide. And Nico had already been testing people's patience because, again, this is a man who, after my man Josh Pate reports, hey, Nico was one of them dudes that was looking to, sit out the playoff game because he wasn't getting paid well enough. Yeah, that's going to sour Tulane. You don't want to have to talk dudes into playing a bowl game that is a playoff game. What? Tulane just trying to get to the playoffs. Can you imagine what would happen if he tried to hold him ransom if they got to the playoffs and he didn't want to play? I also got a hard time with that one, man, because that's the one thing that we all want. We want to win a national championship. At that point, I'm playing for free. I don't like it, and I'm not going to yell about it, but I'm not going to threaten to sit out. I might tell everybody that after the fact, maybe. But for the time being, play the damn game. And that's what happened. He played the damn game and he got his ass whooped, what he got. But he got his ass whooped because he wasn't in it. His head wasn't in it. He was in the money, or his people was in the money. It's real difficult to make that work, man, especially when you find out that the man got a $350,000 payment up front while he's still in high school from Tennessee to sign. Yo, what? There are position coaches in college football that don't make $350,000 annually, and they gave that to you just for laying in the cut. So you're also looking at Tulane. You ain't got the pockets that Tennessee has, and you don't want to deal with the headache of being asked to renegotiate and tear up the deal. Now, this is also a reason I think many NIL deals are one-year contracts, right? So that both parties can separate and it be amicable if at all possible. Is it always going to go that way? No, it is not always going to go that way. But I myself am really interested in finding out just where a guy like Nico Iamaleava might land, because there are a lot of people that would love to be in his position. I'm thinking about my guy Trajan Bridges, who just entered the portal after Trajan, along with a couple of other players, ended up getting into real trouble, right? They got into real trouble. They had sent to the work camps. Full stop. Comes out, turns himself into a player, gets to hit the portal, looking to find a place probably in the Power 4 where he can help. Because this was a great player at Oklahoma before it turned into a knucklehead, right? Got to be a knucklehead, did his time, came out, was able to play. God, that makes me feel so good. I'm so grateful to find that out. That makes me feel so good, because it wasn't always going to go that way for him, for Seth McGowan. It wasn't going to go that way. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes it goes the other way. Sometimes it absolutely gets dark, and it feels like it's never going to get bright again. And yet, look at Trajan. Hey, look at Trajan. I'm sorry. I got this news in a text just now. It's like 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock local. And I'm thinking about Nico Iamaleava and the found money that he was in, and the found money he should still have. You know, you're a millionaire. You a millionaire. You are a millionaire. As long as you can blow your money. You a millionaire. You're 20. If you don't play college football this year, it ain't no big loss. Not really. You're going to get to play somewhere. Maybe it'd be FCS. Maybe go to a HBCU where you can ball out. Or maybe you just wait for a group of 5 program that decides they can pay you a little bit of money, but also wants to see you do well. But as we saw with Malachi Nelson transferring from USC to Boise State, that ain't no guarantee. That man at UTEP now, right? These are the things that you're going to have to deal with and ask yourself as places like Tulane decide they don't want to do business with you. But you know who might? South Alabama. Because they're going to lose their starting quarterback to UNC. It also says a lot about Tennessee that they are willing to continue to roll the dice on a couple of guys that might not be good enough to win them football games, but they'd much rather do it that way this year with the number 1 quarterback in the 2026 class and Faison Brandon committed than, go through a year being unhappy with the guy they got to sit next to. Again, be good, be on time, have people like you. If you are not good, many would say that he wasn't by SEC standards, and you're not on time, threatening to sit out games, holding out at practice, and people don't like you because you're asking for twice as much money when you ain't done twice as much work, you got to understand where you are. And this is going to be Nico Iamaleava being made an example of, I think, across college football. It might be him getting blackballed. It might be, but at least he get blackballed having his money, because the only thing that could be worse than this is if you never got paid at all.